Hey everyone, welcome back to Easy Car Electrics. Today we're tackling something that can leave you stranded on the highway, the crankshaft position sensor. By the end of this video, you'll understand what this crucial sensor does, how to spot when it's failing, and what you can and can't do to fix it. First, let's understand what this sensor actually does. Think of your engine's crankshaft as the heart of your engine. It's constantly rotating, controlling when pistons go up and down. The crankshaft position sensor monitors this movement and tells your car's computer exactly when to fire the spark plugs and inject fuel. Without this information, your engine simply won't run properly. You'll typically find this sensor near the crankshaft pulley on the engine block. Let me show you where to look on a few common engine types. This location is crucial because the sensor needs to be close enough to detect the crankshaft's movement accurately. Now let's talk about how to know when your crankshaft sensor is going bad. There are several warning signs you need to watch out for. First and most obvious, your check engine light will probably come on, but that's just the beginning. You might notice your car becoming hard to start, or it might not start at all. While driving, you could experience rough idling where the engine feels like it's struggling to stay running. The engine might misfire, causing that uncomfortable stuttering feeling while you're driving. Your acceleration might become unsteady, or worse, your car could stall unexpectedly. And if you're watching your fuel economy, you'll notice it getting worse. Let me show you what these symptoms look and sound like. Here's a healthy engine idle compared to one with a failing crankshaft sensor. Notice the difference? That rough, uneven sound is a classic sign of sensor problems. Now here's something important you need to know. Despite what you might read online, there's no real temporary fix for a bad crankshaft sensor. If the sensor is truly failing internally, it needs to be replaced. The only exceptions are if you're dealing with a loose connection, corroded connector, or cut wire. Let me show you how to check these simple issues before replacing the sensor. If you're stuck somewhere and suspect your crankshaft sensor, here's what you can try before calling a tow truck. First, locate the sensor connector and check if it's properly seated. Sometimes disconnecting and reconnecting the connector can temporarily restore function. Also, check that you're getting fuel. A bad sensor can make your car act like it's out of gas even when it isn't. Here's a crucial warning. While you might be tempted to keep driving with a failing sensor, it's really not worth the risk. A bad sensor can cause serious engine damage over time. Even worse, it could leave you stranded in a dangerous situation. The sensor needs to work at 100% capacity. There's no middle ground here. If you're getting a check engine light, the code you're most likely to see is P0335. This is the universal code for crankshaft position sensor problems. Let me show you how to read this code with a basic scanner and what other related codes might mean. When it comes to replacing the sensor, you have two options: DIY or professional repair. If you're comfortable working on your car, I'll show you the basic steps for replacement. You'll need a few basic tools and about an hour of time. However, if you're not confident in your mechanical abilities, this is one job where professional installation makes sense. Speaking of professional repair, let's talk costs. The sensor itself usually runs between $50 and $200, depending on your vehicle. Labor typically adds another $50 to $100. While it might seem expensive, remember, this is cheap compared to the potential engine damage from running with a bad sensor. While you can't prevent all sensor failures, there are ways to extend your sensor's life. Keep your engine clean, maintain proper oil changes, and address check engine lights promptly. These simple steps can help you avoid unexpected sensor failures. Remember, your crankshaft position sensor is like your engine's vital signs monitor. When it starts failing, take it seriously. Don't fall for quick-fix solutions you might find online. They rarely work and could make things worse. If this video helped you understand your car's crankshaft position sensor better, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more car electrical guides. Drop a comment if you've ever dealt with a bad crankshaft sensor. I'd love to hear your experience. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you next week.